if we was one of those ratty boys. Stood there with my neighbor, called Peter, in a flux capacitor. He told me he built a time machine, wanted to film a scene. Yeah, he said I've been to the year 3000, and not much has changed, but they lived underwater. And your great-great-great-granddaughter is doing fine, doing fine. He took me to the future in the flux thing, and I saw everything. Boy bands, and another one, and another one, and another one. And girls there with round hair like Star Wars, and float above the floor. And we drove around in a time machine like what in a film I've seen. Yeah, he said I've been to the year 3000, and not much has changed, but they lived underwater. And your great-great-great-granddaughter is doing fine, doing fine.
Good day. Here on the Science Network, I'm Angela.
And I'm Jade. Today on JRAM News, we'll be talking about the biggest breakup in history. Now over to Rebecca with research on continental drift.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Sype reporting for JRAM News, and today I'll be talking to you about continental drift. So today we know that all of the 7 separate continents once made up a giant supercontinent. But back when German scientist Alfred Lothar Wegener first introduced the idea of continental drift, no one believed him because he had no evidence to support it. Continental drift is the idea that the continents are moving on Earth's surface over time. Today we know that there are 3 types of evidence to support the existence of continental drift. The first type of evidence is glacial scoring evidence, which is found here, 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 and all over Antarctica. And this shows how the continents would once have been lined up and what shape it would have made. The second type of evidence is Mesozoic evidence, where their fossils were found in South America and Africa, which proves that they were both once connected because you can find the species on both continents. The last type of evidence is the Glossopter evidence, and the fossils of the Glossopters were found in South America, Africa, India, Madagascar, Australia, and Antarctica, which proves that the continents were once together in a supercontinent. In conclusion, these 3 types of evidence prove that the continents fit together like puzzle pieces that made a supercontinent that, due to continental drift, drifted apart over time.
Thanks, Rebecca, for the great information on continental drift. Now over to Jade with news on plate boundaries.
Hi, this is Jade reporting for JRAM News. I'm going to be talking about the different types of plate boundaries. The first type of plate boundary is a convergent boundary. The plates slowly move closer and closer together, and when they collide, both pieces get pushed up, creating a mountain. The second type of plate boundary is a divergent boundary. The plates move away from each other, which can cause volcanoes or seafloor spreading. New crust is created through the magma seeping up through the opening between the plates. The third type of plate boundary is a transform fault boundary. The plates brush past each other, and crust is being conserved because it's not being destroyed or created. Transform fault boundaries usually cause earthquakes.
Okay. Thanks, Jade, for your news on plate boundaries. Now over to scientist Mary Zinn with the mechanics of plate tectonics.
Hello, I'm scientist Mary Zinn, and I'm here to explain the mechanics of plate tectonics. So here we have a rough sketch of the Earth's layers. Here is the inner core. The inner core is a solid and it's made of iron. Here we have the outer core. The outer core is a liquid. Here we have the mantle. The mantle is the thickest layer and it's a hot flowing solid. And here we have the crust, which is the thinnest and outermost layer. Within the mantle and crust, there are 2 subsections, the lithosphere and the asthenosphere. So here in blue is the crust, and this white part from here to here is the mantle. So the lithosphere is made up of the crust and the upper mantle, and altogether the lithosphere is 100 kilometers thick. The asthenosphere is the lower mantle, and it's 700 kilometers thick. The lithosphere is broken up into different plates on the Earth. The plates move around on top of the asthenosphere. Convection cells cause the plates to move. Convection takes place in the asthenosphere. The convection process is when heat causes the mantle to expand, and the heat rises, and when it hits the crust, it cools down and it sinks. So it makes a circle, and that's convection. And there are many convection cells in the asthenosphere, and they all cause the plates to move. JRAM News will be right back after this short commercial break.
Welcome to Fun Facts with Fiona. Did you know that Alfred Lothar Wegener earned a PhD in astronomy from the University of Berlin in 1904? Neither did I. Want to know something tragic? Alfred Lothar Wegener was born November 1st of 1880, and he died one day after his birthday on November 2nd, 1930. How tragic would that be? Welcome back to Fun Facts with Fiona. Did you know that there are around 30 tectonic plates on the Earth? The largest one of all is the Pacific Plate. Thank you.
Thanks, Mary, for sharing your knowledge on plate tectonics.
Now over to Angela with information on seafloor spreading.
Hi, I'm Angela reporting for JRAM News. I'm going to explain what is happening in the ocean during seafloor spreading with a diorama. This diorama will help you visualize what is occurring in the ocean. This gap represents a mid-ocean ridge, which is an underwater mountain. Magma seeps out of it and creates new crust. As the magma seeps out, the new crust forms and spreads apart. This pushes the continents away from each other. This continues and new crust is continuously forming. As the crust goes on outward, it becomes older. So this is the newest, and then this is the oldest.
Welcome back to Fun Facts with Fiona. I have a special guest here. His name is Badger. We're going to talk to you about earthquakes. Did you know that there are over 3 million earthquakes every year? That's about 1 for every 11 seconds. That's a lot of earthquakes. Earthquake! This is the last segment of Facts with Fiona. Did you know that when the Earth was, all the continents were formed into Pangea, that around them, the ocean was called Panthalassa? Panthalassa, that's the greatest fact in the world. Thanks for watching.
As seafloor spreading is happening, subduction is also occurring. Subduction is when two plates, the red and the yellow, collide. The denser one, which is the yellow, sinks below the red one and destroys the yellow's crust. This is what causes the crust on Earth to be equal all the time.
Thank you, Angela, for your news on seafloor spreading.
That's all we have for you today. I'm Mary,
Alongside Rebecca,
Alongside Angela.
alongside Jade, who isn't here because she's collecting new evidence in a foreign country.
JRAM
out!
Whoa.
I've been to the year 3000, and not much to say.